A woman is suing the doctors who gave her husband an organ transplant. The couple thought that their prayers had been answered, but instead he ended up dying of uterine cancer, of all things. Fox 5's Charles Leaf explains.
Kimberly Lou leaves court after round one in a legal fight over her 37-year-old husband's bizarre death. He died 7 months after a kidney transplant. Turns out the kidney was cancerous. The cause of death? Uterine cancer, a disease only women get. Lou suing the NYU doctors who did the transplant.
He just issued a gag order. I can't explain any further than that.
The judge did issue a gag order, so neither Lou nor her attorney could say much.
Doctor, do you have anything to say?
Same goes for Thomas Deflo, the NYU doctor who performed the surgery, who stoically hurried out of court. The doctor reportedly found out 2 months after the operation that the kidney came from an upstate woman who died of uterine cancer. But legal analysts say the case is more complicated than it might seem.
I think this is a very tricky case, Charles, because you're going to have an empty seat. The harvesting hospital is not going to be there. And NYU is going to say, don't blame us, blame the hospital that took the organ. And it's going to be very difficult for the plaintiff to overcome that.
Lou's husband was on the transplant waiting list for 5 years. When he got the call, he thought it would answer his prayers. Instead, it sealed his fate. Lou's widow will try to prove the NYU doctor knew the transplanted kidney was cancerous.
I think it's going to be a very difficult case for the plaintiff to win. They may have an advantage because it's so tragic and there's such a human element to it.
This is an emotionally charged case, but the jury will have to look past that and weigh medical, scientific evidence and decide whether or not this was poor judgment, negligence, or just a tragedy with no one to blame. At the State Supreme Court in Queens, Charles Leaf, Fox 5 News.